Thank you for taking some time for yourself. You don't need to do anything special right now. And you don't need to try to sleep. And you can notice that simply being here is already enough. And as you notice that, you may begin to notice where your body already knows how to rest. Some people notice the breath first, and some people notice the feeling of being supported. And you can wonder which you notice first. Perfect. And whichever it is, can it be exactly the right place to begin? Because comfort doesn't come from effort. And perhaps you're already noticing that allowing feels different. And you may notice that each breath already knows how to soften itself without being told how. And as you breathe in, you might notice a quiet support underneath you. Not pushing, not holding tightly, just there. And as you breathe out, you may be surprised to notice that your shoulders release a small amount of effort. And that release can become an anchor, not something you need to remember, but something your body remembers. And later, if or when your body encounters this same feeling again, it can return just as easily. You don't need to pay attention to everything, and you may notice that sounds can come and go. Thoughts too can drift past without needing to be followed. And what remains may be a sensation of ease spreading quietly, perhaps in the feet, perhaps along the spine, perhaps at the back of the neck. There's no correct place, and you can notice where the body chooses to soften first. And as you notice that, you may notice something else begins to soften as well. There is a way the body moves when it's not being forced. And you may be curious about that. A kind of inner choreography where movement doesn't come from pushing forward, but from something gently releasing behind. And you don't need to understand this. You can simply allow your body to remember how effort fades when movement becomes quiet. Somewhere in you, there may be a tired feeling in a good way, not exhausted, just ready. And you don't need to look for it, because when the body is ready, it tends to arrive on its own. And as that familiar readiness appears, you may notice a feeling of being smaller in a comfortable way, less responsible, less required to decide anything all about sleep. And you don't have to sleep yet. And you might be willing to experiment with what happens when you stop trying. Just for now. And if your mind wanders, you don't need to be concerned. Because wondering is often how drifting begins. And you may notice that as the body becomes heavier, the mind becomes quieter. Or perhaps the mind quiets first and the body follows. And you can wonder which happens for you. And when the body decides that stillness is more interesting than thought, sleep happens. Not because you made it happen, but because you allowed it. And now you can simply remain here, floating between listening and not listening, aware and yet unconcerned. And as you continue hearing my voice, your body can continue doing what it already knows how to do, softening, settling, and allowing sleep to arrive in its own perfect timing. La Sylphide comes first, and you can wonder what it means that La Sylphide comes first. It was a ballet created in France and set in Scotland, choreographed by Filippo Taglioni, an Italian. You may be curious about what a sylph is. A spirit of air, made of breath and light, more movement than weight, maybe like a fairy. And perhaps you'll notice that sylphs are not meant to be owned or held. They appear, they drift, and they vanish, belonging more to atmosphere than to the earth. And you may notice that Taglioni was known for one essential idea: the ballerina as something not entirely human. Lightness, elevation, the illusion of living halfway between ground and sky. And perhaps it will interest you that his daughter Marie Taglioni became the first embodiment of this ideal. Quiet, softness, restraint. And La Sylphide teaches this gently. When you try to hold what is meant to float, it vanishes. Then comes Giselle, and you may notice that something deepens when Giselle appears. Created in France, choreographed by two Frenchmen, John Corali and Jules Perrault. And together they created a ballet where emotion lives inside movement rather than on the surface. And perhaps you'll notice how quietly true it feels. Act 2 of Giselle is my favorite. Act 2 is like the white, fairy, ghostly world, and you can imagine a forest at night, everything cooled by romantic moonlight, white skirts, light tulle, moving even when the dancer is still. Simple bodices, open necklines, soft, rounded arms. And you may notice that these costumes are not meant to decorate, but to erase effort. And the choreography asks for control without tension, strength without hardness. And you may be curious about the music, written by Adolphe Adam, a French composer, known for clarity, music that breathes, that rocks gently like a slow tide, And later, Marius Petipa refines what remains, where classical ballet finds its enduring form. Precision without stiffness, length without strain, structure that allows softness to survive. And perhaps you'll notice how often it is said, with quiet respect, that it took a man to bring out the most feminine choreography. Not exaggeration, not fragility, reverence. Women appearing endless, long spines, long breath, arms that melt, almost no longer bound to gravity. And you may notice the dancers moving across the stage and back again, high on the toes, never sinking, hovering, like angels skimming just above the ground. In Act 2 of Giselle, the dancers travel using a step called couru, meaning to run in French. Some traditions call it a bourrée, named after the three-step pas de bourrée, backside front, language that comes from 17th century French court culture. French and Italian ballet schools kept these names, called bourrée. Russian ballet schools use closely related terms, but most dancers today simply say couru, to run. The ballerinas run on their toes across the entire stage and back again, so lightly it looks as if they're hovering, like an angel skimming just above the ground. The feet move quickly, almost invisibly. The body held upright and calm. And perhaps you'll notice that what matters is not the name, but how it feels. You don't step forward. The back foot pushes, the front foot glides. The movement begins behind you with the back foot, and it carries you forward. And done well, it looks as if the dancer isn't moving at all, as if the floor itself is passing underneath. And you may notice the difference. In La Sylphide, control is lost through grasping. In Giselle, control is found through restraint. Not forcing, not chasing, not commanding, just allowing a small internal release to move everything forward. The body already knows this. Sleep works the same way. You can imagine the forest again, white, fairy, feminine figures moving slowly, their skirts breathing, feet whispering, each step beginning behind them, nothing pulling, nothing straining. You don't need to follow. You don't need to try. Just noticing that gentle push from behind and allowing yourself to glide forward, floating, softening until movement fades and stillness becomes sleep. And now you may notice that something subtle has already shifted because you noticed what already works. Control was never about holding on. It was always about knowing when nothing needs to be held. And that knowledge comes from within you, quietly, reliably, perfect. And now there's nothing left to manage. Awareness can narrow or widen or disappear, and stillness becomes sleep all by itself. You are perfect just as you are.